Hello and welcome to the W.B. Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Joined today by the head coach of the Hofstra baseball program, John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Len.
Let's get into it, Coach. We'll start with this past weekend's opening CAA play at William & Mary. A rain-shortened series, only 2 games of the 3. Fortunately, Hofstra dropped both of those games. Let's start with Friday night game, 14-6 loss. Before we preface that, going into the series, we talked last week, William & Mary offensive team, pitching a little on the shaky side to start the season. Going in, you knew that, Hofstra would have to pitch well, and hopefully the bats would wake up against their pitching. Unfortunately, pitching didn't come through so much for you in the series. So starting with that Friday night game, what did you see out of Chris Weiss? Out of Alec Eisenberg, and overall thoughts on the game?
Well, I think our thoughts were exactly right. William Mary really swung the bats well. I think it's 7 of their 9 hitters are hitting 310 or better. With all of their road games being on the road also like us, and I think the bats came alive. We scored right away in the first inning with Matt Annunziata having a big 2-out double and scoring Foster from first base, and gave us a little bit of momentum. But then, William Mary came out in the first inning and swung the bats, really well. I think it was 3 back-to-back doubles in a row, and shook up Eisenberg a little bit, I thought, and then he rebounded well in the second inning, and an error or two that made the innings a little rough, and we're never really able to recover. And at some point, I just think if you weren't to give William Mary credit for how well they swung the bats, you'd be wrong, because I think half of their hits were fastballs, half their hits were off speed. They were hitting basically anything we were throwing to the plate.
Okay, moving on to Saturday, another offensive showing, a 15-10 loss. Obviously, on one side, you got to be happy with the way they swing the bats. Home runs from Annunziata, home runs from Teddy Sillis had a home run in the series, and Nick Vitari homered in the series. So you got to be happy with the bats, but on the other hand, giving up 15 runs, not exactly playing to your favor.
Yeah, it was a combination of a few things. I thought, William Mary swung the bats well again. I think the umpiring on the day was just a little rough for both teams. I think they had 10 walks, we had 9 walks. It was a really tight strike zone on that weekend, or on that day, that given day, which made it tough pitching for both teams. I think that's the reason for the 25 runs a little bit. Plus, both teams swung the bats really well. I was really happy. I thought Annunziata had a great weekend. I was really happy with, Vitari coming back from injury, swinging the bat. Felt bad. Chris Weiss, had a tough luck, outing. I thought he made a couple good pitches early, rebounded, but then he got flustered a little bit, after a big, double to clear the bases. And I thought Rooney had really good stuff also, and but gave up another big hit. And it never seemed like we were able to make the big pitch when we needed to this weekend. And so we had chances to get out of it and didn't. And then by getting rained out on Sunday, we missed arguably throwing our best starter.
Right. So that leads us to yesterday, 3-1 win in extra innings at NYIT. Win snaps an 8-game losing streak, so you got to be happy about that. Not a big offensive day. Wind blowing in at Lorenzo Field in Old Westbury. So focus on the pitching. John Rooney gets to start, his first collegiate start. 5 innings, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts. I mean, what was your perspective from the dugout?
It was good to give Rooney a start. I talked to him, and we've thrown him all year in a lot of big situations, and we won't apologize to him because that's how much belief we have in his stuff and his ability. And but to get the start, I think took a little pressure off, and you say that, and then we make 4 errors behind him and put a lot of pressure on him. He had second and third no outs, I believe, in the second inning, and was able to strike out the side after that had happened. And I think all of his experience, everything he's done to game to accumulation yesterday, and he put it all together. Had the 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, had really good stuff. Gave us what we needed, and then we got Bowie to come in right after because he didn't get to pitch on Sunday. He got 3 innings, and I think he had 5 strikeouts, and Heidi was really good. And then got to really tip your cap to Chris Bonk to come in and get his first career save, and really pounded the strike zone and had confidence in his stuff, and gets a double play ball there to end it. And so overall, it was a great day for the pitching staff.
Let's talk about the offense. 9 hits on the day, but like I said, not a lot of offense, obviously, but some clutch hits. Ryan Carl trailing 1-0 going to the top of the 8th. Ryan Carl leads off, comes through, with a home run to lead off the inning, ties the game. It's something that I know when he transferred in, you had told me, he's a great hitter, a good leader and all that, and, this is the kind of thing you expected from Ryan.
The whole game he was really positive, and, he didn't have the greatest of days. I think he had 3 strikeouts and 6 at-bats, but, we didn't have much going offensively the whole day until later in the game for sure. And, Ryan came up there and, it was 30-mile-an-hour winds blowing in, and I think he cleared the fences by about 20 or 30 feet. He couldn't have hit it any harder or got it out any further, and it was exactly what we needed. And, his next at bat, he just missed hitting another one. He hit it too high, and the wind was able to pull it back in. And, another guy that I thought, Vito Freesia, starts the, 11th inning with a hit as a freshman, I think was big. And then Batari's back got sore during the game, and Max Delente was able to come up with 2 big pinch hits. He had a huge walk right before that. They gave us an opportunity earlier to score, and then with the bases loaded, 1 out, they intentionally walked the guy to get to him, and he has a big single, and to come off the bench after being cold all day, it's just incredible. A good day.
That was going to be my next my next question was about how much confidence you have in Delente coming off the bench. He comes through with the game-winning hit.
I basically, what I've told Matt all year is I've never had a kid like him. And I don't want to label him or put him, but we're pretty strong offensively at his positions right now, but I want to try to get Max at bats anytime I can, and I've never had a pinch hitter available where I've had as much confidence as I do in Max Delente. And from about the first inning on, he's always holding a bat or has a helmet, and he's always ready to go. And so us as a team, me as a coach, us as a coaching staff have a lot of confidence in Max in that situation, and he's a weapon I haven't had in 5 years for sure.
Okay. Leads us to this is a busy week for the Pride with another game today at Fairfield before our weekend series at Towson. So what challenge faces you today against the Stags?
Fairfield came to our place last year and beat us. We definitely remember that because I thought at the time we were playing pretty well, and they were able to get there. So we owe them 1 for that. And they played well this weekend. I think they won 2 of 3 this past weekend against Harvard. And Fairfield's got a good club, really going to fight, really competitive. But I like what we have available on the mound today. And coming off a win, it'll be interesting to see how we answer back today.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck today, and thanks for joining us. You've been watching the WB Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com.